This semester, I decided to leave everything I loved behind and spend a semester in Lisbon with the goals of surfing and seeing as much of Europe as I possibly could. This was not my first international voyage, however. During my senior year of high school in 2013, I spent 2 weeks in both China and in Ecuador. These two trips were completely structured, pre-planned, and had a day-to-day itinerary. These itineraries included everything from what time we would wake up and what time we would go to bed. I had an incredible experience throughout both of these adventures, but it was more like I was along for the ride and not pursuing my own wishes and goals. This semester was the first time that I had to take it upon myself to make travel plans and form schedules for what I wanted to do during my time abroad. No one was there to do it for me. My first trip out of Portugal was a baby trip to the southern France where I had a friend who was studying there and would provide me with a place to stay and a tour of the city. All I had to do was book my flight and show up. For the rest of the trips this semester, this was not the case. Not only did I have to book my flights and trains, but I also had to reserve beds in hostels and Airbnbs throughout Europe. I had no prior experience in planning any travel arrangements before the semester. Luckily, they all worked out. I learned this semester that you not only had to plan how you would get to your destination and where you would sleep, but you also needed to plan things to do once you got there. I quickly learned that if you didn't do proper research, you would easily waste your time in a foreign city and not reap all the benefits it has to offer. Something I did not want to do. Yesterday I returned from my final international trip of the semester. Looking back on the past 4 months of travel, I can see a great advancement in my ability to explore new places. Before the semester, I never did any research before going to new cities and would rely on my mom to schedule hot hotels and flights as well as research things we had to do while we were there. This semester, I learned to do all of these things on my own while adding my own personal twist to them and doing things I wouldn't have been able to do without my mom at my side. Looking back now, I would not change a thing about this semester. My travels throughout Europe taught me how to be an educated traveler with a plan and goals. I learned how to be an explorer, not a wanderer. Learning how to travel successfully and efficiently in Europe will help me achieve several travel goals I have set for myself once I return to the United States. Now that I know how to properly research and use websites like Hostelworld and Airbnb and Google Flights, I feel confident that I can make arrangements to any city and find a bed for the night. Now that I have successfully traveled through multiple countries and continents on my own, I feel confident that I will be able to travel much more in the United States. Not only has this trip given me the confidence to explore more of the United States in the coming years, but it has also given me the opportunity to practice using international travel tools that I know I will use for the rest of my life. In the future, when I have time off from work, I now have the prior experience and knowledge needed to plan quick, cheap, and easy international trips to places I've always wanted to go. None of this would be possible had I not learned how to travel successfully on my own during my semester abroad. I am incredibly thankful for the opportunities that I have had this past semester and feel that I have grown both as a person and as a traveler because of them. When I return home in 2 weeks, I will confidently call myself a proper traveler due to the trips I have planned and taken this semester. Through traveling and organizing trips on my own this semester, I gained an independence and confidence that I would not have been able to acquire anywhere else. In the future, I will be able to bring something to the table when people are planning trips, and for that I am extremely thankful. Without this semester, I would still be dependent on my mother and teachers for taking me on trips. What a life that would be.